I got to really engage with the team members. And once engagement is there, it becomes a self-driving movement to do the right thing rather than I need to fill out another spreadsheet.
This is Philip calling. Super excited to have a quick chat with you because it has been days for sustainability. What I really want to know before we start, what's the story behind you moving from owning a restaurant and food truck to being a senior director at Hilton? Doesn't seem like the average move.
Thanks a lot, Philip, for having me. It's a real pleasure. You know, I left really native Germany in 1999 and started traveling all over the world. One of the things when you work in hospitality was always for me to own my own restaurant and I used to work in America, so opening a food truck was something we were really passionate about, and we had the opportunity in 2016 to build our business with my sisters together, and we enjoyed this for a few years, and then 2019 the opportunity came along for me to join Hilton. That was one of my other big dreams, is to work for a big corporate company and really drive passion projects like sustainability and equality when it comes to the workforce, especially with my chef background. Growing up in the late 90s, there was always a drive in doing the right thing and changing the industry. And that was an opportunity I didn't want to miss out. I love both jobs, but now in the corporate world, I have a much bigger voice, to be honest. And can drive impact at a different scale.
Making change, a change maker. So before going into that, what did you sell on your food truck?
Oh, look, we took an old American school bus, a 13-ton school bus, and we put a 16-seater diner in the front, and we had a really professional 5-meter-long kitchen in the back. It was an incredible time touring Germany, and the highlight of that adventure of ours was really winning Best Food Truck in Germany in Munich. I think in 2018, if I recall that correctly. So that was a really incredible time. We did really cool burgers.
I feel FOMO because I really never saw a picture of that, but I'm pretty sure you can share one. But talking about sustainability, which is something that's close to your heart, and our friends at Winnow recommended that we chat about that. You, with your multinational background, you mentioned it already, you've worked across Europe, Middle East. How does running F&B operations in different regions compare, especially when you look at it from the sustainability side?
Look, I think it's all about when you work for a big company and you go into multi-different countries and multi-different regions. It's all about what is our strategy, and then how do we engage really with the teams on the ground. It is scarily similar, to be honest. It doesn't matter in which country you go in. Once you work in the hospitality industry, it's one big family. And while you have different cultures and different behaviors, it is really pretty much the same, to be honest. So I find it really interesting, Europe and Middle East, from an impact that we can drive and how we can communicate with the team members and how engaged the team members are, especially the younger generation. It's really similar, to be honest.
It's the storytelling towards the guest and the customer that comes in today that might be different per region, but maybe the same needs are required. I understand that. Looking at Hilton, which is such a diverse universe in general, but as well in particular when it comes to culinary, the portfolio is so amazingly huge. How do you balance global strategies and standards with local tastes and still enhance creativity and freedom? Because yourself, chefs are artists. How do you enhance that?
Yeah, look, it's really about authenticity, embracing each and individual culture, really learn from the incredible people that we are working with. Then from a chef's perspective, it is in how can we enable and use the power of our brand to really highlight the authenticity of their own culture, of their own flavors, of their own ingredient, the beautiful spices and the nuances. How can we bring this out and create a global platform of learning around culinary passion, really, right? Excellent food and experiences come sometimes in fine dining, but sometimes it is just a local street food where you really understand the culture, and there is beauty in all facets of that. And I think understanding this, working with the different people and highlighting the talent, it doesn't matter in what shape or form it comes, a professional chef or just a grandma that teaches a recipe and passes something like this on. There's absolute beauty and uniqueness in our job.
A global culinary learning platform. I think this sounds so intriguing, and the way you describe it with the smells and the scents and really the soul of food, which we started back in the day. So we're still selling the soul of food. I really like that. But now looking at the customer today, and as well on our topic, sustainability and especially food waste are super hot topics. I don't know how many different approaches I've heard from slicing cheese extra and stuff like this, but how do you approach reducing waste in the Hilton's kitchen world? What does that mean clearly for you?
I mean, we have two things which are really our guiding light, to be honest, right? One is our own environmental platform called LightStay, which is a global Hilton platform where every hotel, franchise managed, owned and operated, records all the incredible stuff that they're doing that is right for the environment, right? That gives us a global measurement and gives us really an impact barometer we as a company can see by hotel. When it comes specifically to our function, food waste is one of the most tragic side effects of the hospitality industry, right? And we have partnered a few years ago with Winnow, which is really an incredible company that gives us data-driven insight that allows us to make really good decisions in how to not just minimize food waste but also avoid food waste and really manage that process. Through that, working really with LightStay and with Winnow in the hotel teams, we managed to really reduce our food waste by over 50% in the last 5 years at the moment, from all the hotels to Winnow in their operation, right? It's been an incredible journey, and really getting our team members engaged in doing the right thing is probably the secret that makes it successful.
I love this, and this leads me immediately to my next question. The way I have experienced global brands, you come with a strategy and with a well understandable goal, but what is your advice on all the F&B leaders and talents in the world on how to keep them really involved in this mission, in the sustainability mission that we all need to cater out for our kids?
Look, I think the secret is that everybody can have a great strategy. You can put technology into a place, but if you manage it from the top down, then your success rate is really hard to scale and really to drive impact. And our mission is not to have pretty numbers on a spreadsheet in the end of the year. We do this because we believe in driving impact. And driving impact, we find the best way, if I would have to advise anybody, is come up with the little nuances to take the team on the journey with you, the people on the ground that do the work every day. Our young generation, they all want to do the right thing and they all want to be involved. So when we roll something like this out, it's not about making a manager in charge of it. Who's the best person in a hotel who's in charge of these things? This can be a team member, this can be an apprentice, this can be a person that is really passionate about the project. Let the people lead that want to drive impact, and empower these team members that we have to really make sure it is working. There is a community around. It is not a process. It's not an SOP that we're rolling out. It's a movement to drive impact. And a movement to drive impact has to be fueled from the ground up. It's got to be a movement. I got to really engage with the team members. And once engagement is there, it becomes a self-driving movement to do the right thing rather than I need to fill out another spreadsheet.
You pushed my button amazingly, because let them drive impact is what I take out of it. Sebastian, it has been a pleasure talking to you. Let me run back to my work and let's see how I can make sure that we put these words into action. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you soon again.
Such a pleasure, Philip. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit of our experiences in driving impact. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening.